Hey guys, I'm back with another run on Jessie's stage, the Sloppy Provisioner, but this is probably going to be the last run I'm making on this stage. This run is essentially going to be my ticket mission with Jessie, and I did this run last because I wanted some time to farm up some artifacts for Jessie, so decided to do all the other runs first. The strategy here is pretty straightforward. I decided to crack out Rinoa since it's a 3 boss fight and Rinoa excels in AoE fights. The turn order here is really just Rinoa followed by Jessie, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the starting turn order because Rinoa is naturally quite speedy. And I wanted Rinoa to start first so that she can complete her setup by using additional ability Double Rain's Call and BT Plus, because the next turn she takes, I will be entering into BT mode and I'll be killing off the bosses in that BT mode. This is also somewhat of a good showcase for both Jessie and Penelo. Jessie on the second turn here is really just her pressing her LD for the turn manipulation. If you look at the turn order bar, it's not ideal because Jessie gets another turn after Penelo. And if you use Jessie's LD, you can actually line up the turn sequence so that Penelo acts after Jessie and Rinoa acts after that, which is going to be ideal, so that Rinoa can enter into one giant BT mode. With this LD use, Jessie's work is really done. And if you decided to skip Jessie and you don't really have her built, you can probably just use a 15 CP Jessie and get through this. You can try to remove speed passives to make Jessie as slow as possible, and that way you should probably still have a good turn order. If not, the worst case scenario is Jessie gets a turn before Rinoa and you sort of waste a turn, but you still get plus 75% to the force gauge anyway since I'm in Penelo's FR. And even if the bosses survive Rinoa's BT mode, you then have the summon mode you can use to finish off the fight, so it shouldn't be that bad even with a more budget version of Jessie. This is also a pretty good showcase of Penelo as an Aura Bot support and Force Gauge user. In fact, if you want to, you can actually use Penelo BT mode as your main driver for damage and forgo Rinoa, but I've already got another video using Penelo for that, so I decided to give her a different role in this party setup and crack out Rinoa instead. And really this shows how versatile overall Penelo can be. I used the Luna Freya call here really just to cut down on turn order so that Penelo's FR and BT Plus will not take up a turn count. But if you're not too fast about that, then you can actually use another call such as Seymour or something to debuff the bosses. Spent a few turns charging up the force gauge bonus before passing the turn to Rinoa at 7 turns of force time remaining, and you know what's coming. This is pretty much the end of the fight. Rinoa's Angel Wings times 6 will probably kill off the bosses. On hindsight, I think it might be better to spend one more turn charging with Penelo, because you get another plus 125% and you start Rinoa's BT mode at 6 turns of force remaining. You probably squeeze up more damage that way because the Angel Wings actually do comparatively much more damage than her BT finisher. So providing additional force bonus to her Angel Wings while trading off damage from her BT finisher is usually worth it. Anyway, now that the fight's over, just quickly about my thoughts on Jessie. It's really all pros and cons here. So as far as Jessie is concerned, the good thing about her kit is that she does have a pretty unique kit, because as far as I can think of, no other character has both delays and turn manipulation in one. Of course, you have characters who can delay and you have other characters with turn manipulation, but Jessie carries both in one kit. On top of this, she actually does have pretty decent support auras, considering that she doesn't even have a BT. And I guess just for the fact that she doesn't have a BT weapon, it doesn't take a lot of investment to max Jessie out. Her cons though, when it comes to her force weapon, I think it's pretty lackluster. The force bonus percentages are pretty good, but it is a pretty restrictive conditionals. I did actually pull for Jessie and I did get one copy of her FR, but I decided not to max it out. All things considered, Jessie actually comes at a bad timing because currently in the era, there's not a lot of need for a character with a unique skill set, which is a shame because she would probably shine in the Lufenia era. Anyway, that's the end of this video. As always, I hope the video has been helpful. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!